Okay, it's actually here. I can't believe it's finally here, but Avatar Aang versus Genshin Impact Traveler Death Battle. This is actually real. This is actually happening. I can't believe this. I've seen the entirety of Avatar The Last Airbender. Avatar Aang is very powerful, I will admit, but Aether is on a different level, my guy. I'm telling you what. I say we just jump right into it. Ha! Hydro Aether is gonna crush Avatar Aang. Nope, I'm just kidding.
Which journeyman will come out on top in this elemental battle?
Oh, this is so excited to see, bro.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so sick.
Water, earth,
Fire and air. Yep.
Long ago, the four nations lived
together. They're in harmony. We all know this story.
The Avatar.
This Avatar reincarnated as different people for centuries, all with their own struggles. And man, was that true for our boy Aang.
Not at first, of course, thanks to his master and guardian, Yatso.
As a cheeky little air nomad, Aang traveled the world causing shenanigans, all while learning to control the winds with airbending.
Based on the real-life martial art Bagua Zhang, airbending is the most spiritual of the four bending styles,
that's
focusing on evading and diverting attacks through circular motions. With even the smallest movement, Aang can create tornadoes, run like the wind, and block hypersonic explosions.
Okay, yes, but Aether can literally like summon a tornado by just doing a little twirl. As long as he has enough energy recharge, obviously.
The perfect style for a twinkle-toed goofball like Aang. He even invented his own
Avatar
technique.
Aang. Age 112, biologically 12. Yeah, guess what? Aether is like times 20 times 50 what Aang's age is. So obviously Aether is going to be way more wise than Aang is, even though obviously Aang was raised by a tribe of wise people. I think if your age is like 50 times that age, I think you're inherently more wise. Air Nomad of the Southern Air Temple, co-founder of the United Republic of Nations, master of penguin sledding and koi surfing. Okay, but Aether's got a bit of a hard bargain.
Air scooter.
He might have his work cut out
How does
for
he
this
not
one.
fall off that thing?
Add in a glider staff for flight, and the sky was the limit. But you know how it goes. Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Oh my
Their
gosh.
conquest spread. War was inevitable.
Sorry.
And Aang
If I'm chewing, it's because I'm eating food right now.
was the only one who could save the world.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with all that, and being forcibly separated from Gyatso. He was just a kid, so he froze up. Like, literally, he accidentally froze himself and his adorable Sky Bison Appa for 100 years.
Until he was awakened by the Water Tribe siblings Katara and Sokka. Time wasn't kind to Aang's people. With no avatar to keep balance, the Airbenders, Aang's entire culture, were wiped out by the Fire Nation.
Oh, that's rough, buddy. But Aang took the wake-up call to heart.
As the Avatar, it's Aang's duty to understand the world's people, learning their cultures, their sadness, joy, and humanity.
And what better way to do that than learning how they kick ass?
From the Northern Water Tribe and his twin crush, Aang learned waterbending. Themed around fluid Tai Chi movements, this style controls liquid in all forms to
So my question is, are we considering like Aang, like what timeline is Aang gonna be taken from? Is he gonna be taken like during season 3 when he has like a somewhat knowledge of all the 4 elements? Just interested.
freeze targets, create water whips, and even cut through steel.
Learning earthbending was way tougher, but Aang's friend Toph taught him to stop being a wimpy pushover. Now he can armor himself in stone, move the terrain of entire cities, and fight blind with a sonar-style seismic sense.
Earthbending is themed around the steady stances of Hung Quan Kung Fu, waiting for the right moment to strike head-on.
There was a lot to learn, but even with the world at stake and this moody hothead on his tail, Aang had fun doing it. Who could forget?
You're just a child. Well, you're just a teenager.
The adventures penguin sledding, going through the bending bayous, and living in Ba Sing Se, the city where no wars ever happened.
Yet across his journey,
that lady with the smile, that one right there.
The
Ugh. Keep that away from me.
Yet across his journey, one power eluded Aang.
I kind of want to
Avatar
stand for this.
state, an enhanced mode of being that came to him in moments of peril.
Sure, if Aang dies in it, the Avatar cycle ends permanently, but who cares when it gives you enough power to wipe out a whole Navy fleet?
Come on, Boomstick. The Avatar state is more than just a power amp.
Jocelyn? How long have you been standing there?
I've been here the whole time.
I learned where all Avatar talk is. Through the cosmic power of the avatars before him and the ancient spirit Rava, Aang gains the knowledge and experience of all previous avatars, greatly expanding his bending options. Lava bending
True.
from Avatar Roku, sonic shouts from Avatar Yang Chen, and even more are theoretically available to him through their memories.
Oh, I get it.
Oh.
You can't just
You know what? I just realized something. Hold on, my mouth's a bit full. Avatar Aang by himself is only like 112 years old, where Aether is likely thousands of years old. Maybe only like a few hundred. Avatar Aang has the power of thousands, if at least hundreds, if not thousands, of avatars before him. So that is a bit of a disadvantage, I will say. But still, I don't know. Aether is like individually powerful. Aether is individually powerful. Aang is like powerful if he's in the avatar state.
Are theoretically available to him through their memories.
Oh, I get it. You can't just grind your way to controlling the Avatar state.
Right. If Aang wanted to stop Fire Lord Ozai, he needed something else.
He needed onion banana juice.
Onion banana
technically,
juice.
I suppose. Gross.
Specifically, Aang sought the guidance of Guru Patek. Mastering his power meant clearing his chakras, emptying his mind of earthly attachments. Seems simple, but this also meant rejecting his feelings for Katara, the person he loved most.
When he had to choose between the world or the girl, Aang followed his heart and it didn't end well.
He got better. Aang was determined to understand the world's people, even the enemy Fire Nation. Something he accomplished thanks to the redeemed Prince Zuko, the Sun Warriors.
And these two honkin' dragons! Aang was scared of firebending, but it's totally awesome. It's not just about burning and blowing shit up. Okay, well it is, but there's so much more to it.
Formed from the explosive movements of Shaolin Kung Fu, firebending controls all manner of heat. And through the teachings of
I will
fire
say,
and
the
water,
fact that
he can
it's like just like kung fu moves is very different to where Aether uses like his sword. So I'm interested like in how that's gonna play out. Because Aang at best is gonna have his staff, which is gonna help with his airbending skill. But Aether with his sword is very different. I feel like he could very easily like demolish that staff pretty easily. It is just a staff after all.
redirect lightning bending, a burst of atmospheric discharge shot at over 200,000 miles per hour.
Iroh, the best uncle ever, used his techniques to redirect natural lightning. So, you know it's the real deal. Not crazy enough? At his peak, Aang surpassed benders who could throw buildings, melt stone, and hold up this gigantic library solo. Whooping Ozai's butt should be no problem, right?
Not exactly. You see, the air nomads were pacifists who believed in the value of life above all. Being the last airbender, Aang didn't think his people were truly gone unless he went back on their teachings, meaning he really didn't want to kill Ozai.
So, what, he's just a coward now? Mr. Firelord is about to burn down the entire Earth Kingdom!
Not at all. Are you even listening? Aang was simply at odds with what he
I will say, the Death Battle channel is very funny with like the videos they use whenever they talk. That's really funny.
wanted and what the world expected, so he needed to make a choice.
Right. In his greatest challenge yet,
Oh,
Aang discovered
even looking back at that looked painful. That looked painful. You have a scar right on your back,
yet
and then just
Aang
goes right to where the scar is. That is. Oh, I felt that.
discovered his true self, making his spirit unbendable and finally mastering the Avatar state.
Making him as strong as avatars who could cause hurricanes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions.
Or in Avatar Kyoshi's case, a new island. As in, she broke off
That
nearly
is true.
30 square miles
Kyoshi was actually kind of broken.
of the peninsula to form a new landmass. But to defeat Ozai, Aang needed one final element, something few avatars had bent before: energy bending.
Not the easiest
Energy
thing to do,
bending.
but Aang totally overwhelmed
Yeah.
Ozai, severing the tyrant's connection
Oh my
to
gosh. Okay, so with energy bending, here's my opinion. Energy bending is not going to work on Aether because Aether is a descender and he's not from the world that they're likely going to be fighting in. Obviously, depending on where they're fighting in. If they're fighting in Aether Zone, then maybe. But if they're fighting in like any other world, then Aether's like not gonna be able to get affected by that energy bending, because energy bending requires like doing. I feel like it only works on people who are like from the world, right? Obviously, Aang is from the world. Ozai's from the world. That's why it worked. But Aether's not from this world, so I feel like it just wouldn't work on him.
Fire and stopping his invasion, all while keeping his no-kill run intact. The ultimate FU to this warlord's ideology.
Now that the Fire Nation had cooled off,
Ugh.
Aang led a new era of peace with the United Republic of Nations, a place where all people could prosper and where a new generation and a new avatar would take the reins.
He even got hitched with Katara. Take that, Zutara shippers.
I will end you.
Okay. There we go.
Aang fulfilled the Avatar's destiny and then some, and he did it in a way that was true to who he was.
Yep.
Because before being the Avatar, or even an airbender,
He could have
the
killed the
greatest
Fire
thing
Lord,
could
but he
ever be
decided
was
to
himself.
keep to his
All in a
morals.
day's work for a free, fun-loving kid.
Yep. All right. Can we go on to Aether now? Oh, we're about to go on to Aether. Okay. I do want to say I think Aether's gonna win. I 100% think Aether's gonna win. Not because I'm biased or anything. Definitely not. Okay. Full truth, I am biased, but like, listen, bro. Aether's got so much going for him, and like, it also depends on like what state he's in, because if he only has like Animo, or if he has, let's say he has all 7 elements in this scenario, I feel like it's very different compared to like his power when he had like the light power inside of him in like the beginning of cutscene. I feel like it's very different. I really don't know. It does depend on a lot of factors. Like, when is it taking place? Where is it taking place? And yeah, that's about it. Let's just see
The
it.
battle is coming up thanks to this episode's sponsor, DraftKings Casino.
Okay, that's cool, I know, but I kind of want to get on to my boy. Alright.
Add extra barbecue sauce.
Add Astra.
Add-
Officers. Welcome.
What did he say? Add extra barbecue sauce?
Extra barbecue sauce.
No, it's not that. It's add extra applesauce, not add extra barbecue sauce.
Add Astra Abasas.
Add
Welcome
Astra
to
Abasas.
Teyvat, a mysterious land
Oh,
governed
this
by
was
godly
taken from the
archons
anime
that drew
too.
the eye of someone beyond the
Oh,
stars.
that's awesome.
Aether.
AKA
Ether!
The Traveler, who escaped
Captain of
his
Swordfish
dying
2.
world with his sister Lumine in
Yep.
search of the flowers that bloomed on their
The thing is, like, they didn't even specify like Genshin Impact male traveler. They just said Genshin Impact traveler. That could also imply Lumine at the same time.
lost home, only to crash land, awaken to an apocalypse, and get cubed by this jerk.
Separated from his sister, Aether
Yep.
awoke, again, in a new, less apocalyptic age, and fished up his own pathetic pet pixie, Paimon.
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
she
whoa,
makes
whoa, 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 whoa. Let's be careful with throwing around the word pathetic. We all love Paimon. Let's be clear.
Good emergency food. With his new guide, Traveler to the windy country of Mondstadt to find his link to the past, but got a Breath of the Wild
Oh my
glider
gosh.
instead.
And his first element, Animo, letting him make
Yep.
air slashes, tornadoes,
Air slashes,
and of
tornadoes.
Windblade!
Windblade! Windblade! The most OP move in all of Genshin Impact. By far.
Guess what? Traveler wasn't the only one with a power like this. Teyvat was full of blessed people wielding these relic things called visions.
Vision bearers can imbue their weapons and bodies with elemental power, summon items,
Yep.
and use a special, well, vision to perceive the elements around them.
Normally, they're limited to
Yeah, okay.
a single element, but Traveler is just built different. Through
Oh
Paimon's
my
guidance,
gosh,
he
yes, he
began
is.
collecting elements from mysterious statues.
I get so excited whenever they say he's like built different, because he is built different.
Just
Listen.
built different. Through Paimon's guidance,
Yep, wait,
normally
hold on,
they're
go back.
limited to a single element, but Traveler is just built different.
Yep.
Through Paimon's guidance, he began collecting elements from mysterious statues across Teyvat. No vision relic needed for him.
Each
Nope.
nation had a new culture, a new element, a new crisis.
And
Yep.
new character banners. When
Bubble
asked to play a
bum.
sleuth for a murder case in Liyue, Traveler wasn't interested. A corpse couldn't tell him where his sis was, but he was roped in anyway and got the Geo ability to form rock constructs and eruptions of Earth.
When Aether ventured to Inazuma, he didn't care about its war with the Vision Bearers and their Archon either, until he saw the suffering caused by its tyrannical rule, and joined the resistance with electro abilities, fighting the powers that be using electric buzzsaws, thunder blades, and lightning.
He even learned to dodge lightning. Other electro users like my wife Lisa can conjure storms. No
Bro, everybody's wife's Lisa, let's be real. She has more than one husband.
shock when my adopted daughter Clee made explosions that raised mountains. Traveler met all kinds of people like this. You know the type. Twinks.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
that has its own laws, Boomstick. Many
Yep.
twinks being one of them. Maybe
Yep, that's true. Except for Aether. The rules don't apply to him.
2 or 3 of them, actually.
Ringmaster.
Shut up, Wiz. This guy's been playing Genshin since launch.
I know everything there is to know about the Genshin meta. Either can mix elements for different reactions. Basically, big elemental combinations. Geo
Yep.
crystallizes materials into special barriers.
Yep.
Electro mixed with water stuns foes.
Yep.
Animo spreads elements around in swirls of
Yep.
destruction.
Yep.
Boom.
Combine.
Like it.
See, thing about Aether, he can combine elements. So he can combine fire or ice or lightning into wind, throw that tornado at him, and it's a literal, like, elemental tornado. Plus, he can literally combine different elements, combine it into Animo, and then, like, use multiple elements in one wind blade. That's why wind blade is so broken.
Oh, I combine beer and gunpowder.
Exactly, Boomstick. Using Dendro, Traveler can form plant life that, when mixed with water and lightning, makes homing beams. Yeah, run from that. With enough clever thinking and artifact farming, you can combine anything in Genshin.
Okay,
Yep.
we get it. Go lose
Yep.
another 50-50, you whale.
No, you. Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi.
I'll show you a whale. Drop one on your lap next time you're not looking.
In Sumeru, Traveler later beat Scaramouche, an edgy catboy with multiple elements at his fingertips, all in a time loop that got repeated 168 times.
Speaking of time, Aether had control of more than just his own future. Tevet's
Yep.
fate fundamentally changed in ways small and grand, all through his unending willpower.
Because the Traveler was a descender. Someone
That's
unbound
right.
by the land's destiny. Even this big tree that records all of the world's events had no
Yep.
idea he existed.
Like when
Exactly.
he helped defy the judgment of a biblical flood in Fontaine, where he mastered Hydro for his best Cuphead impression with water bullets.
Heck, a dinosaur
Cuphead impression. That's a new one. That's a new one. I haven't heard of that one before, but it makes so much sense.
chose not to blow up the world just because Paimon and Traveler befriended it. If that wasn't cool enough, Traveler can, unrelated, turn into a dinosaur. Hell yeah! Yo, look at him. Wonder if I could get a dinosaur.
I actually haven't been to
Through these
Natlan yet
legally distinct
from the
Pokemon,
release of
Aether
this
can
video.
Fly, dig through the earth, or charge foes like a Jurassic bull. He traveled across the land, searching far and wide, and finally stopped swinging that one-star
Oh, dude! Finally, they actually give him prototype Rancor for like the more recent content. Bro, give Aether like a different sword other than dual blade. That's like that makes a huge difference. I don't use dual blade on my Aether. I use prototype Rancor, Skyward Blade, or a new one that I've gotten, which I've literally no idea how to pronounce the name of, but it's like a gold sword. I think you can change it to a blue sword as well, but it's like a gold, like glowy sword, and it fits Aether's like ethereal, like color palette so well. It's a really basic sword, but it just looks so cool on him. However, prototype Rancor itself, like the actual sword, is also very basic. You get like a physical damage bonus, which is really not that powerful considering the fact that his elements is what makes him like strong. However, if you're like someone who wants to use like all the elements and doesn't really care about elemental damage, then yeah, sure, you can use prototype Rancor. I mostly use it just because it looks good on him. Anyways, sorry, I'm getting a bit off topic.
Instead, picking up the
Hey,
prototype Rancor,
prototype Rancor, which only has physical damage bonus and no elemental mastery like it deserves.
which he wields like a beast thanks to the Swordmaster Skirk and several straight days of training. What a grind set! Still, Traveler Sist kept eluding him, choosing to hang in the shadows with these Gluminati folk.
A group from Conria, the nation cursed by the gods for messing with the Abyss.
Wow, we're really
Unbeknownst
getting
to
into
Aether,
Conria
his
here.
sister had
They
already
really
traveled
get into like the real depths of the story of the game, and that's interesting. However, I don't really see how Aether like being able to like transform into different creatures is relevant. I don't know what he's gonna possibly use that for, but sure.
that in a journey that mirrored his own.
And at the end, she found. Well, we don't really know. Not yet, at least. But
Yeah.
whatever it is got her to side with the creepy villains. Lot
Yeah.
twist.
Eventually,
We
Aether
still don't
reached
know.
the nation of Natlan to fight in its never-ending war with the Abyss. He gained the pyro element, learning to launch fireballs and explosions combined of flame with lightning.
Ugh, I still haven't gotten the pyro like power yet, but I've seen it and it looks awesome. I want to be able to test it out soon. I'm going to be able to before Snezhnaya releases because I'm currently just finishing Fontaine and its story quests. Then I gotta do a Dane quest, then go to Natlan. I already did Not Cry, and yeah, and then we're on to Snezhnaya, which is nearing the end of the Tevat storyline, which is so cool.
Dabble in fancy pyrotechnics by connecting with the people there. Traveler achieved Night Soul's Blessing, a
Yep.
power-up state fueled by primordial element juice, strong enough to make a blade of fire hundreds of feet long.
Okay, this is
Hell
definitely
yeah,
spoilers
that's
for
strong enough
Natlan.
to take down
I
the
don't
heart
want to
of the
like look at
Abyss,
this,
which
but
is on the level
I'll
of
look at
five-star
it.
waifus like Mawika and the Raiden Shogun.
An
Oh, yeah.
Archon who, in ages past, sliced Yashi.
A few days ago, I actually got Raiden Shogun on
That's
a
cool,
banner.
but how about when this Venti guy threw a whole-ass mountain? According to Paimon, Traveler can level a mountain himself.
Additionally, Aether
Really?
learned
Wait,
how to use
wait.
light.
According
What?
to Paimon, Traveler can level.
Wait, what? Paimon had Juhem kick this thing full force. Juhem kick's strong enough to level mountains. Oh, Jukem is like the traveler's name, but the door didn't even budge. So
a mountain himself.
I'm not sure if that's true. This killing was directly compared to the strength of the Geo Dragon Sovereign Ajdaha, who Aether helped defeat. I don't remember this. I don't know if this is meant to be like an exaggeration by Paimon's end, but okay.
Additionally,
It makes
Aether
sense.
learned how to
Obviously,
use
Aether's
light
the
energy
strongest.
to form a Kuvaki shield, something he used to protect the people of Nodcry by blocking
Wow.
a cannon blast with enough energy.
It feels like we're like skipping by nation so fast, and it's like someone who's like new to Genshin Impact. How do they even comprehend every single thing they're learning from this? I don't think they do. I just don't think they're gonna be able to learn anything. They're just gonna get overwhelmed.
obliterate a
Cause like we're like going from like Natlan to like Nodcry. No. We're going from like Natlan to Mondstadt to Inazuma to Nodcry, and it's like whoa. We gotta slow down there, buddy.
town.
This was no ordinary cannon either. It also uses Kavaki energy, so
Yep.
that's a beam of light.
Through
Yep.
all his adventures, Aether had come to genuinely care for Tevat's people. Maybe
Yeah.
one day he will reunite with his sister, but for now, he's fighting for a whole new world. To Aether, the journey has meaning. The birds of Tevat, the songs of its people, they are all part of it. Even if he's against the Abyss itself, a new dawn is somewhere just beyond the
Yep.
stars, and a field of flowers Lumine too loved.
Oh man, dude, that was well explained, except I don't think that was well explained for like people who don't already play Genshin Impact and don't know the Traveler. But yeah, I mean to be fair, that same thing could be said about Avatar Aang, but I feel like at least that one was kind of made sense in a way. It went over the important parts. With Aether, there's
The
so much
battle's
more. I
about to
feel like.
start, and if you like death battle music, some of your favorite.
Okay.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run
All
the day
right.
through all possibilities.
I can't
It's
believe this is
time for
happening.
a death battle!
Woo! Death battle! Alright. I'm so excited. I gotta lean in for this. Oh, straight into it. Whoa. Aang's voice actor sounds a little weird.
2 elements?
Oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, whoa, this is insane to me. Oh, okay, apparently it is important. Alright, so apparently him being able to transform into an animal is important. Okay, that makes sense. Those kind of details do kind of matter for this specific battle, so interesting. I really like it, actually. It's more than what I was thinking they were gonna show. Oh, what? Oh, the sense thingy. He got, yeah. Aether's got elemental vision. Dendro. And then splash him with Hydro. And that's a Bloom. Oh my gosh. Nah, wait. Oh, there's Paimon. That's crazy. Appa? Wait, Paimon versus Appa goes kind of crazy, but Paimon can't fight, so it's whatever. Alright. Come on, Aether. They both got gliders.
Cool glider. Can it do this?
This is so cool, bro. No, this animation goes so hard. Yep, pew 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 pew! Use the pew pew pew! Oh, what? Whoa.
Come on, traveler, get up. Never,
Yo,
ever,
come on,
ever
Aether, get up.
stop moving forward.
Come on, Aether, come on, get up.
No one fights alone.
Oh, whoa! What? What is this, bro? Yo! Did you do a fire kick? Oh, here comes the Avatar state. Yep. Aether's water vortex.
For those who came before,
Oh, okay, yeah, that kind of makes
and those
sense.
who will follow.
Bro, this has me kind of worried.
Avatar Aang, the last airbender.
This has me worried. Bro, don't you dare do Aether again. Death Battle, listen to me. If you do Aether dirty like you have, like Genshin has with him, I will never forgive you. Oh. Oh, lightning in the water and then... Okay, come on, Aether.
Through the heights and shallows. Through infinite dusks and dawn.
I'm sorry? What? No shot.
Way to go, traveler. But
No, that can't
is
be
there
it.
no treasure?
Wait, that's it? Are you kidding me? Bro, no way. They actually did him justice. Death Battle. Death Battle. You have my absolute sincerest gratitude. Like, subscribe, notifications on. I am staying subscribed. I'm watching every single one of these videos you guys have ever uploaded in your life. Thank you for doing what Hoyo refuses to do for the past like 5 years.
And the dailies are done. What a miss.
And the
This
dailies
was
are
an interesting
done.
pairing, so let's break
It
this
was.
down
It
by
really
power,
was.
Experience, speed, and elements.
First up,
Okay.
power. Aang and Traveler could both change the terrain of entire cities, and
Mm-hmm.
were way stronger than characters that can break mountains. But at their peak, they're both tearing up islands.
Aang's avatar state made him on
Yeah.
par with Kyoshi, who
Yeah.
created and moved the island of Kyoshi. Similarly, Night Soul's blessing let Aether contend with Archon-level foes like the Raiden Shogun, who split Yashiori Island in two.
With an attack
Right.
that even Vision Bearers weaker than Traveler can block. So he's definitely on that level.
Well, I don't know about that because in that specific cutscene he had 2 visions. I don't know if that's exactly how that works, but sure.
Kyoshi Island is over 6 miles wide and long. Kyoshi moved the island 17 miles offshore in 2 seconds. So we have everything we need to calculate the amount of kinetic energy this would require.
Turns out it's basically the same as cutting through Yashiori Island, about 3,000 gigatons of TNT. So their power is tied up.
Which means
Their
compare
power is tied? Their power is tied? I would beg to differ. I guess, okay, if we're looking at the scale of, like, just the 7 elements, sure. But, like, Aether has, like, a light power that he used to have outside of just the 7 elements that he possesses. I feel like that makes a huge difference, but if we're just regarding the 7 elements by themselves, then sure.
their experience is crucial.
Aether's mastered more elements than Aang, but
Their
the Avatar
experience.
state gave Aang centuries of knowledge.
With the memories
Yeah, the only problem with that is that it's very vague on how old Aether is. Because, like, okay, I do want to look this up, actually. He's over 500 years old, chronologically. Individually, too. I mean, sure, the Avatar state gives Aang, like, thousands, maybe thousands of years of knowledge of past avatars, but I feel like that's only in the avatar state. With Aether, he's always got that knowledge with him, regardless of whatever power level he is currently.
Abilities of past avatars, Aang's kit was so extensive in a way Aether had no real answer for.
Not to mention, Aang's training was more focused. Traveler is skilled, sure, but his training was mostly just a means to finding his sister, while Aang's journey was all about mastering elements to combat other elements.
Experience narrowly goes to Aang.
Okay. I guess. I don't know. I feel like I disagree with it, but let's just move on.
However, another important factor to consider is speed.
In terms of ability,
come
both
on.
could roughly match the other. If
Surely
Traveler
Aether
was
wins in
immobilized
speed,
with
right?
earthbending, he could just dig his way out as a dinosaur.
And Aang's airbending and glider meant he could easily counter Aether if he took flight.
But in terms of raw reaction speed, Traveler had it in the
I
bag.
mean, yeah,
Aang
come on.
bending
Have
away lightning is
you
crazy
seen like the cutscenes with like him just like sprinting around and just like jumping around like of giant mech's arms, and he's crazy fast in comparison. Like Aang is like very average, like normal human speed with a wind glider that of course makes him faster, but I feel like Aether is way faster.
But
Like,
Traveler
in
could
general.
dodge lightning much earlier in his journey, and now he can block that light speed Kuvaki laser.
While lightning can move over 200,000 miles per hour, a beam of light can move
Yeah.
186,000 miles per second.
Over 3,000 times faster than Aang. Traveler takes speed by a landslide.
So this all came down to
Okay,
the elements.
sure.
Who could turn the
The
forces of
elements?
nature against
Okay.
the other?
Aether has 7 elements, and Aang only has 4. So
First,
I'm interested.
I actually thought this was Aang's dub.
Aether's elemental control
sorry.
is remarkable, but most of his attacks are projectiles, spires, and very specific implements that Aang has bent away in the past. Aether has never shown the precision or creative flexibility that we've seen with Aang's bending.
But throw in the combos of elemental reactions, and the script flips. Traveler could mix not just his elements, but also Aang's in ways that Aang could not. Bending was Aang's greatest strength, but also, against Traveler, a weakness.
Because Aang usually had one or more elements around him, it gave Aether an easy access point through this combination.
Yeah. So Aether could like send lightning whenever he sent water, and then he electrified the water. He could combine elements, unlike Aang could.
When Aang used fire, Aether could use lightning to catch him in an overload. If Aang used water, Traveler's electrocharge could paralyze him, and so on.
This isn't just a gameplay thing. Genshin characters like the lovely Lisa canonically say this is how the elements work.
And unlike Aang, Aether has fought multiple people who can use multiple elements. The longer the fight went on, the more Aether would trip Aang up with these combinations, some of which Aang could not bend.
Aang could redirect lightning, sure, but what about electro buzzsaws, or an electrified tornado, or dendroblasts of pure plant energy?
The Kavaki shield especially gave Aether a strong defense to fall back on. Since it was made of pure light, Aang had no way to remove it outside of brute force.
By comparison, Aang's wind barrier wouldn't block Traveler's elements. It would
Nope.
actually merge with them and create more combos that would target Aang himself.
Yep,
Not a great
exactly.
situation to be in.
And since Aether's powers came from external earthly sources, like those statues, Aang could not depower him with energy.
Exactly. Well, it's also because he's a descender.
Even if he theoretically overcame Aether's willpower.
Willpower that is strong enough to alter the fate of the entire world. Sorry, Aang, but elements goes to the Traveler.
That's right.
Ascension is victory. Either way you cut it, he was in his element.
I know Aether won, and I'm gonna
Ascension is
I'm grateful that he won, but like I feel like I don't know. I feel like Aether has like more experience individually speaking. Obviously with Aang's like centuries of past avatars. Does that count as like experience really? I don't know if that's really, I guess it can. Sure.
victory. Either way you cut it, he was in
Aether, did he just say Aether way you cut it? That's so cringe.
his
I love
element.
The winner is the Traveler, Aether.
That's right.
Okay, I'm ready for my cameo. Oh.
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 Oh. Wait.
Next time
No, you got it,
on
right?
Death Battle.
Okay. Wow, that was amazing. I'm gonna rewatch that like a million times. Like actually, like unironically, like that is getting saved into my Genshin Best videos. There we go. Okay, that was amazing. I loved every single thing about that because, like, obviously the animation was awesome. Like, I thought the animation was really cool. considering the fact this is like a straight up YouTube channel, like that was so well done. But it was a little chunky, but I thought it was really well done. I especially appreciated how much justice that these guys have done for my boy Aether, instead of just looking at him as like a blank like nothing burger like most people do, because Aether is so much more than that. He is so much more than just like he's so much more than just a male traveler. You know what I mean? That was really cool. I did find it kind of interesting though that they kind of just like jump straight to the fight instead of like having an introduction or anything. Like we are cutting straight to the Wind Temple, which is in the Avatar universe. But yeah, I thought this was really interesting. Well, yeah, okay. I don't really have many more other thoughts. That was really cool.